It is not just American citizens fighting alongside ISIS. British citizens are doing the same.
Hundreds of young men who have left the UK to join the brutal terrorist group ISIS. They see themselves as defenders of Islam in a war against non-believers. Their barbaric tactics have been glamorized on social media, a powerful recruitment tool that British authorities are now trying to crack down on. With every victory on the battlefield, ISIS's appeal grows, and many are concerned that it is only a matter of time before their jihad spreads beyond the Middle East.
This is a message to Canada and all the American Tawaghi. We are coming and we will destroy you. We are going for you, Barack Obama.
When they colonize a part of the world, they do not leave, they do not decolonize until and unless they have put in place institutions which will ensure that that society will continue to be ruled by them by proxy, and in the process they seek to transform the rest of mankind into carbon copies of themselves. This never happened before in history. If I do not seek to understand what's happening here, then I've got peanuts in my head. When will I wake up?
The Messenger of Allah, Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, informed us of the release of Dajjal into the world during his lifetime. He went on to say that when Dajjal is released into the world, he would live on earth for 40 days. One day like a year, one day like a month, one day like a week, and the rest of his days like your days. The analysis conducted in this book is such that it argues But when Dajjal was in a day which is like a year, Britain was his headquarters. And when Dajjal moved to a day which is like a month, the United States of America became his headquarters. And finally, when Dajjal is going to be in a day which is like a week, he comes back home to the Holy Land. He comes back home to the Holy Land.
You gotta get to know the people.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, man, you got a match?
Oh, sure. Here, keep the pack.
Thank you.
Good. Very good. That's the idea, son. You gotta build a trust with the people. Then they'll respect you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Give me two of them glazed doors.
I see you there peeping out your window, living low. With a nose like Pinocchio, spine just like Dick Tracy. You're all on my case, smiling in my face. Yeah, you always trying to get the scoop about this and that and who's doing who. How or what and where, why and when. Checking me out, asking questions to my friends about me and how I'm living. You better step off, stop dipping in my sauce before you end up missing. Now take a listen and stop digging, dip, dipping.
Dip, 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 dipping. Dip, 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 dipping. Dip, 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 dipping in my business. Somebody like that. Do you know somebody like that? Are you somebody like that? In my business. Are you somebody like that? Do you live with somebody like that? Are you somebody like that? In my
All of the things we talked about when I was, your on-air co-worker, all those things have happened. And people don't either care or they didn't listen or whatever. It doesn't matter. Other things that we talked about and other things that we're now seeing are going to happen. The dollar is not going to last. So what does the world look like? We have two ways to go. We can either tear each other apart, or we can see that world that Amazon was talking about last night on 60 Minutes, where literally the sky is the limit. Everything you know is about to change.
When you look at the state of the economy, Obamacare, the disaster, the rise in the ever-growing government, deficits, debt, doubling of the people on welfare, what do you think in the privacy? I know you spend a lot of time reading and you now have become a student of history. What do you think privately is going to happen to this country?
I think that we are
in trouble.
Yeah, and I think that we are in a situation that we will either rise to the occasion and be our best selves. I saw something that happened over the weekend, Sean, a poll that came out. I know you must have talked about it today. 70% of Americans don't trust each other. They think only 30% of this country you can trust. If that remains true, will we then become Europe?